10th February 2006, an old woman was returning home from the local records office after collecting the documents of her newly born twin granddaughters. But in a short while, when she reached home, what she saw there was going to change her whole life. In her own house, her own daughter Ranjani and her two granddaughters were brutally murdered by someone. What kind of enmity could someone have with these innocent girls and Ranjani that they killed them so brutally? So let's know more about today's case. This revolves around Kerala triple murder, and the first case in India, which used AI to solve it itself. Ranjani was a 21-year-old girl living in Anchal town of Kollam district of Kerala. She spent her childhood there and her life was very simple and happy. In the same town, a boy named Diwalkar who lived in her neighborhood. He was an army man, and the acquaintance between them gradually turned into friendship. The friendship between the two deepened with time, and after a while, they got into a relationship. When Ranjani fell in love with Diwalkar, she was 20 years old, and you all must know that when there is new love, when it is the first love, how good it feels, how much excitement is there. And the same thing was happening with this 20-year-old Ranjani. Ranjani was completely involved in this. Or you can say that she went completely crazy for him. Their relationship became so deep that they became very close to each other, and they even crossed their physical boundaries. But we have to remember this thing that Ranjani and Deval were not married. Yet their relationship was on a different level. Both used to feel very complete with each other, and Ranjani always felt that no one would ever be able to separate her and Deval. Even till this point, everything was perfect in life with their relationship. But things were about to change when Ranjani got pregnant. When Ranjani got to know that she is going to be a mother, she was very happy with this. She thought that now the relationship between Deval and me will come to a new mode and will bring us even closer. But as soon as she told this news to Deval, all her dreams were shattered. Deval's reaction was completely opposite. He directly told Ranjani that this child cannot be born and you will have to get an abortion. But Ranjani clearly refused Deval's wish, and on the contrary, she tried to pressurize Deval and said that I will not abort this child, and you will have to accept it because it is your child. Now, as I told you guys, Ranjani was adamant about her child, and Deval was already upset with all this. So, to avoid this tension and to escape from this responsibility, Deval went back to his army camp, which was in Pathankot, Punjab. But even after Deval went back to Pathankot, Ranjani did not change her decision, and she decided that she will not leave this child at all. She will not leave her mark at all. So sticking to this decision was a very brave thing in my opinion, because you people must also know this thing very clearly, that in Indian society, it becomes very difficult for an unmarried pregnant woman to live. Every day is a war. Every day is survival for them. For the society, she becomes a characterless woman, and people taunt her and question her upbringing. But in Ranjani's case, she had decided that she will get her child his rights. That is why she sent a notice to Divi for DNA test with the help of Kerala State Women's Commission whenever he returned from Pathankot Army Camp. Now this notice of DNA test was going to play a very important role in this case. Now as the days were going on, Ranjani's delivery time was also about to come. So Ranjani decided that she will go to a hospital in Trivandrum with her mother, and in this hospital she met a man named Anil. Anil told that he is also from Kollam, and he also lives there. That too the same place where Ranjani belongs. Anil's nature seemed very helpful to Ranjani and her mom. So because he was such a nice man, their bonding was becoming even better. And on top of that, he belonged to their hometown. So they were just more comfortable with him. During this time, they were also talking about the fact that Ranjani had to have a C-section delivery in which a lot of blood was needed. So he said that if Ranjani needed blood, then he himself could help her in that because their blood group, I think, was so same. So Ranjani and her mom were very happy to hear this, because in such a dire situation, a stranger had helped them so much. So it was like God sent to them. You guys must have observed in your life, sometime or the other, that when you guys are in such a phase of your life where you need someone's support, someone with whom you can share everything. And in the meantime, if someone comes forward to help you and tries to gain your trust, then you start telling them everything. So the same thing happened with Ranjani, and she shared all her things with Anil about Deval and how he left her, and how she loved him. So Anil, after listening to all of Ranjani's words, made her promise that as soon as she will deliver her babies, then after that, he will help her in taking revenge from Deval. But the poor girl was completely unaware of the fact that Anil was none other than Deval's friend who had come here in Trivandrum Hospital on the insistence of Deval so that he could gain the trust of Ranjani and her mother and keep an eye on them. Ranjani gave birth to her twin daughters in the hospital itself, and then Anil, whose real name was Rajesh, started helping her and her mother in getting a new rented house, saying that this house will keep Ranjani away from her family and neighbors, who will keep asking her questions about this child again and again. Now, Ranjani and her mother also felt that this is right, because they knew how tough it was to survive out there. And as you guys know, that Ranjani had become a mother before marriage. So it was kind of a wise decision for her that she should live in a house where her old relatives and neighbors do not know her. Like Rajesh, Deval had also come on leave from the army camp. First of all, Rajesh somehow convinced Ranjani's mother to go to the Vital Records office and get the birth certificates of the babies. As soon as the mother left, Deval and Rajesh entered the house behind her and very ruthlessly killed Ranjani and the two girls by slitting their throats. As soon as the murder took place, both of them ran away from there in a hurry. After a while, when the mother returned, she could not believe what she saw. Everything was over for her. The children for whom she had done so much, she had not left them even after Deval did not accept them, were now lying dead in front of her. But now her suffering of so many months had no meaning. Ranjani's mother was completely broken. Sometime after the incident, somehow she composed herself and went to the nearby police station and filed a report. The police had also taken immediate action and reached there for investigation, and during the investigation they found a car near the crime scene. When its registration number was checked, it was found that car belonged to Rajesh. Then the police also contacted the Pathankot military base without any delay. But by then, both of them had fled from there. For a moment, the police thought that this case was completely open and shut since the names of the suspects had come out. But as the investigation progressed, it was becoming more difficult to find both Rajesh and Deval. The police made every possible effort to catch them, but both of them were slipping out of their hands, and finally, after not being caught, the police closed the case, and gradually people also stopped talking about this, and everyone forgot this case. So this triple murder case was not solved for the entire 19 years. It had been forgotten in Kerala, but still suddenly this case was going to take a new turn very soon. You people must have also heard this saying, that there is delay in God's house, but there is no injustice. So what happens in the police station is that many such cases lie in the vaults as cold files which are sometimes revisited by the police. And many times we have also seen in many cases that the truth which is hidden comes out one day or the other with time. And then, same thing happened with this case also. Kerala's current ADGP, Manoj Abraham, was revisiting old cases when he came across a 2006 photograph featuring both culprits, Deval and Rajesh. He sent the image to his technical intelligence team, instructing them to use AI to digitally age the culprits and predict their current appearances. When the Kerala police scanned and matched the AI-generated images against photos uploaded on social media and across the internet, they found a 90% match with a Facebook profile belonging to a person named Praveen Kumar. Upon closer examination, the police noticed a strong resemblance to Rajesh. Kerala police immediately shared this information with the CBI, which then contacted the Pondicherry police. The Pondicherry police acted swiftly and arrested Rajesh, who had been living under the false identity of Praveen Kumar. Soon after, Deval was also arrested. When the police started interrogating both of them, it came to light that both of them had been living a new life with a new name by changing their identity for the last 19 years. Both were working as interior designers in Pondicherry, and both had changed their names. Apart from this, both of them had also married school teachers. The thing is that these two had committed such a brutal murder. They killed small children who were only 17 days old. And after that, they restarted their drives in such a way that they didn't care about anything. For them, it was as if the murders they had committed never happened. They simply moved on with their lives, and they had their own children and their own marriages, but still, thankfully, with the help of AI. And because of the determination of the police, these two finally got their punishment. A cold case which was almost forgotten was reopened after 19 years, and justice was finally delivered. But here comes the question: is artificial intelligence really a danger for human existence, as most of the people speculate? Let me know about your thoughts on this in the comments section below. Do give this video a like if you want more of these videos on other cases like this as well.